transfer updates, of course, Manchester United just submitted an increased bid for Brentford City striker Bryan Mbuomo. Yeah, the initial bid worth 40 to 50 million pounds in standard was rejected by Brentford City. Now, United came up with an increased bid worth 60 million pounds for the Cameroonian international. Yeah, I think in standard United really wants to do business with Brentford City in standard. Imagine submitting the initial bid of 40 to 50 million pounds, which was rejected, and now they are coming up again with another 60 million pounds increased bid. So it means they really wants to get the player. They really wants the player to play for Manchester United, to play for their club. Now, but to the player, stand, I think several times he has made it known, stand, that his preferred destination is at Old Trafford. He wants to join Manchester United. Among several clubs, stand, who are jostling for his signature, stand, he has already made it known that he wants to join Manchester United. I think that is why United are really making the move. Then, a former Brentford City head coach is Thomas Frank, who has moved to Tottenham Hotspur after the sack of Ange Postecoglou. He has he worked with Bryan Mbuomo at Brentford City. He's also pushing for the services of the Cameroonian international. But the player Bryan Mbuomo, he has said, I want to play for Manchester United. I want to make the move to Old Trafford. So other clubs who are just jostling for his services, I think, can now rest because he has made it known that he wants to join Manchester United. But let's see what is going to happen at the end of the day. But I think the deal is almost done. Bryan Mbuomo is Manchester United born. Then Real Madrid in other football-related activities also, Real Madrid has set their asking price for Rodrigo in case clubs who are always going in stand looking for his services, jostling in stand for his signature, especially Arsenal, because they are really looking for the services of the Brazilian. They have set it their price tag at 90 million euros, about 77 million pounds for any club who wants to get Rodrigo out of Real Madrid. But I think it's a big money standard. Let's see if Arsenal can be able to bring out that huge amount of money. Imagine getting the player at 90 million euros, 77 million pounds. Arsenal, I know, several times cannot be able to cover that amount of money unless the money in standard will be paid instrumentally in standard. But in as much as that price tag remains at 90 million euros, which is about 77 million pounds, it will be hard for Arsenal to break that money once. But if it can be paid instrumentally, I think Arsenal can get the deal done. But Rodrigo instead coming to Arsenal is a big boost for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. They need to get a player who can be able to take on stand, just like Bukayo Saka have been doing. Martinelli is a good player also, but I think Rodrigo coming to Arsenal will be a good acquisition for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. But let's see if it is going to happen. Then Alexander Zinchenko in standard is also attracted in standard. Of course, Fulham has moved in standard for the services of Alexander Zinchenko. Of course, AC Milan, we are also looking for the services of the Arsenal player who his contract in standard will expire at the end of next season. I think he has a 1-year contract left, and his weekly wage is about 150,000 pounds a week. That is what Zinchenko is receiving at Arsenal. So I think in standard with the likes of Calafiori, Mike Lewis in standard, who are capable in standard to play at that left big position. So Zinchenko can also leave Arsenal because other clubs who are jostling his signature in standard, he needs to also play, because we saw what happened last season in stand. He wasn't a starter, he wasn't used regularly. So moving away from Emirates Stadium, it will be a good one for him in stand. So these two clubs are Fulham and AC Milan are also jostling for his signature, so he can make a choice between the two clubs. But I think him staying at England is so also be a good one for him than moving to AC Milan, moving to Italy, and another destination, another environment altogether. So, but let's see what is going to happen at the end of the day.